Hey, hope you're well. Lots of news again in October in the world of stock photography. So let's just dive right in with FreePix acquisition of IM. In October, IM announced through a press release that it was acquiring IM and all its assets. This, according to the press release, this is FreePix's latest international growth effort. Following the expansion of its US leadership team earlier this year, they've acquired some other assets recently. But what they indicate is that through the acquisition, essentially, FreePic will enrich its own content library by gaining access to IM's unique catalog of 160 million photographs. These photographs will add to FreePic's 72 million resources, which include videos, illustrations, icons, and vectors. And through the revised business model for IM, customers will pay a smaller set fee per month for unlimited downloads, opening up access to premium content. So what does that mean for contributors? I guess the most obvious part is that those of you who had been contributing to IM and had money, revenue that you'd earned stranded by the bankruptcy proceedings, well, now it looks like get paid off. And it sounds like from what I've heard and seen in the forums and on YouTube that that's actually happening and people are being paid. That's great. The second thing I would say is that if they're putting in a subscription model, based on past experience with other sites, I think what that probably indicates is that you'll see more sales but less value per sale. That's kind of the typical feel you get from a purely subscription model. Is you get a lot of sales but a lot of small dollar sales, particularly as they've said that they're going to lower the amount that purchasers are actually paying for those assets. The other thing that I wonder about is what's going to happen with the partner agencies that IM was working with in the past. I know that they were selling via Getty, for example. So it'll be interesting to see how the shuffle works, whether all those assets still go through partner agencies, or I don't know that much about how FreePic works with respect to those distribution models. So we'll see how that plays out. And then the other thing that just generally I'd want to say or like to say is that personally I don't think that consolidation in the stock photography industry is good. I feel like the fewer agencies that exist, the likelihood of contributors not getting paid well or buyers being not treated well goes up. And in a market that is not the best anyway, at least for contributors, that becomes problematic. So I'd like to see a lot of successful independent agencies competing for contributors and competing for buyers, because that's when I think contributors have the best chance of success. And the more bankruptcies, the more consolidation as we go through these turbulent times, I think the less likelihood there will be for contributors to make a ton of money or to be successful in the market, and will continue to be squeezed. So that is FreePic's acquisition of IM. So the second newsmaker in October is Shutterstock again. So Shutterstock has updated its AI offering to its customers through a subscription service that will allow their customer base to take the images that we've already contributed and then change those images using AI tools like Magic Brush. We see this on Photoshop, on Adobe products. So it's very similar kind of tools to allow people to take existing images and then manipulate them using AI technologies. So that's super interesting. According to some of the stuff that I've read, it's still a beta right now, and things are going to roll out over time. The interesting thing from a Shutterstock contributor perspective is that Shutterstock's saying that if their images are licensed after editing, that will be compensated. So it's not clear what that compensation is going to look like. Right now, I'm kind of feeling positive about it. I'm hoping that if images are going to be adapted using AI like they are currently in Photoshop, if we get a chance to actually provide the base images for those for those graphic designers who are making those changes, then we stand to potentially continue to earn money even in the AI dominated marketplace as that sort of develops going forward. What I'm curious about, and maybe you have some thoughts on, whether those sales will be compensated on a subscription model or whether earnings will follow the type of license like enhanced or those added value licenses that generate so much additional income on Shutterstock. Curious how that's going to go. I would be positive even if it was a subscription model. We'll see how it goes. But tons of changes in AI, and it looks like Shutterstock is really on the cutting edge of innovation and really pushing hard to keep up with everything that Adobe stock is doing, and Adobe generally to build out its AI platforms and the stock and all the tools that graphic designers have. So, to the extent that any of these stock agencies are going to survive, it looks like Shutterstock is on the edge of innovation. So, interesting news. Hope you had a great October, and we'll see you on the next news report.